Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of my pizza contouring. I posted a picture on Instagram of contouring and highlighting with like pizza shapes, or doing something in the shape of a pizza. So I thought it was pretty funny, and I wanted to film something for you guys just to kind of get it out there, what I did. I know I didn't post a full face photo, I only did half. It was part of a challenge that I did to recreate a food logo or a fast food chain logo in makeup. And so I got a lot of responses. Someone asked me to create a video for them because I think they were just wondering like how it actually would look. And so this is sort of intense for me as far as like contouring goes, but it's pretty funny. It's a fun little challenge thing that, you know, that I had fun with. So it's pretty lighthearted. You know, do what you want. Makeup is fun. Makeup is, you know, a chance to do something sort of out of your comfort zone. So I wanted to show you sort of what I do every day aside from the contouring, as far as like an easy makeup look for the eyes, brows. I'd use a blend of drugstore and like mid-range makeup. Really, I think the higher end makeup that I used was my lips, which is the new NARS Velvet Lip Glides. Wow, these things are awesome and they smell really good. So anyway, so thanks for watching, and you know, I hope you enjoy it. Tag me on Instagram, BombshellBeautyKC, with the hashtag pizza contouring, or contouring with pizza. I would love to see your creations and see if you do something like this. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! So here we're taking the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, number 103, shade Natural Buff. And I will be dotting this on my face that has already been moisturized and primed, and then I will blend everything out with a beauty blender, and I'm trying to find a hair clip right now. Next, we're taking the MAC Prep and Prime powder, and I'm just going to use this to set my brow hairs before I put any product on. And here we're taking the MannyMUA Palette from MakeupGeek, and I'm going to take the shade Beaches and Cream and lightly dipped in the Cosmopolitan or a pink shade, and running that through my crease area with a Coastal Scents synthetic fiber brush. And then we're using windshield wiper motions here just to get the color, you know, blended in and saturated in the crease. Next, I'm taking a natural fiber brush, also by Coastal Scents, and dipping that into Aphrodite, and then placing that into the outer corner of my lid area, and blending that out and up into the crease. here I'm showing you the shade Sora, and I'm using that to blend Aphrodite in towards the middle of the lid, and that way there's just more of a transition of color and it's blended. And here I'm picking up more of the Aphrodite color and just deepening the outer corner, and honestly just keep blending. I'm probably blending for a good 2 to 3 minutes as well. And then sorry for the lighting change, I couldn't see. Just my old age. And here I'm taking a pencil brush and the shade Artemis, and I'm just popping that into the negative space, or the space where we didn't put a transition color on the lid, to brighten that area. And then taking a blending brush with the previous colors on there and just blending that through so that the Artemis lines aren't as harsh. Next, I'm curling my lashes. I always curl them before I put on my liner, because I find that if I curl them after I put on my liner can get smudged just from the eyelash curler. So probably here I'm picking off some old mascara. And now we're going to use the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner pen. I love this. This is my holy grail liner. And I'm going to shake it and start with my wing. So I've already skipped ahead to one eye that I haven't done, and we're going to just draw a line, and then I'm going to I do this fast, but I draw the wing out, and then at the halfway point of the wing is when I start pulling it towards my inner eye, and then I go as close as I can to my lash line and sort of fill in the space from there. After I'm done, I inspect the eye, and then I just elongate it or thicken it until I like it. And then the lashes that I'm using are the Ardell Demi Wispies, and this is the Duo Dark Adhesive Glue. This one is latex free and formaldehyde free, and I have pretty sensitive eyes, so I haven't had a reaction to this glue. I just go ahead and brush it on, and then I pop the false lashes right onto my eyes. I will say I did skip a step, and I ended up having to fix this off camera. But I usually put a coat of mascara on before I put on my false lashes. I just sort of forgot this day, so. And then a good hint about the false lashes, what I end up doing is popping the lash right in the middle, and then once it sticks, I'll go ahead and place down the end of the lash and then the inner corner of the lash with my tweezers.
Next, I take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Chocolate. This was probably not the right color for me at this point in my hair stage, but because I have caramel, ends and darker roots, I just ended up picking up a color that would match my ends. So I'm just brushing the brush through my brows and then placing color pretty heavily actually through the brow. I draw a line and then I blend that product up and create an arch and then back onto the tail, and then I brush everything through again and draw in where there's any patches or any gaps. So once the other brow is finished, I'll go ahead and take the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Ebony, and I will create little hairs towards the front of my brow, just so that it looks a little bit more natural. So once my brows are done, I'll go ahead and take that same blending brush from before and I'll go ahead and blend the color back up towards the brow bone. And this is just to finalize the look and make sure that color is where I want it to be. Next, we're taking the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur in Fair. And I'm going to go ahead and take a Morphe brush, I forget the number, but it's a Morphe brush, and I'm going to just create a little triangle as my highlight for the pizza crust. And then I will take the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the orange color and make little pepperonis right on the highlight area. This is actually pretty good for people who have dark circles, which I do, and so any darkness will be canceled out by the orange that we're putting on top of the highlight. And next I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Toast, and I will be using this with the same Morphe brush that we used earlier and creating the crust of the pizza. So delicious, huh? I will say I noticed there was a little bit of a mistake in the video that I ended up correcting later on. After the video was finished recording, I took the contour on my left side a little further down than I really wanted to, And so in order for me to correct this later, I just added a little bit of concealer and corrected that. So we're taking a damp beauty sponge and I'm putting the MAC Fix Plus on there and using that to blend out the lighter area of my face first. I end up doing both sides of it first and then blending out the contour with it. Once I go through the initial phase of blending, I'll go back through with just another concealer that is a little bit brighter and closer to where I want my highlight shade to be, and this is in the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla. I'll use a second damp beauty blender, this one's by Real Techniques, and I'll use that to blend out the highlight just on top of what we did for the pizza and pepperoni. So think of it like Parmesan cheese. Next, I'm taking the previous beauty blender that has the contour shade on it, and I'm using that just to lightly contour my nose. And then taking whatever is left of the NARS Creamy Concealer and putting that right in the center of my nose with the Real Techniques Beauty Blender. And then I'm using the Real Techniques Beauty Blender to set all the highlighted areas with Airspun translucent powder. And then I also run that underneath the contour to get a pretty sharp line on the contour as well. And you'll see me here trying to correct where I went too far down on the left side of the contour. It's noticeable, but it's not that noticeable, so it really isn't that big of a deal. But I did want to say that I ended up correcting that after the video was recorded. So then once all the powder is sort of on there and set, I'll find a blush. This one is by Milani. It's called Luminoso Baked Blush. And I'll use my broken Hello Kitty brush, so sad, and I'll blend that into the contour as well. Next, I'll be taking a Real Techniques brush that I use for setting my under eye concealer, and I'll use that to dust off the Airspun powder from the highlighted areas. And then I'll take my beauty sponge again and apply some concealer underneath my nose area. I actually have a tendency to get pretty red underneath there, and so I'm just going to cover up any redness that may occur during the day. Alright, here we're taking Sora with the pencil brush, and I'm going to put that in my waterline and underneath the eye area. We're just going to blend a bunch of different colors that we used on the eye previously. So the first color that goes down is Sora, and then the next color that goes down is Artemis, and Artemis I'll place on the outside of the eye to sort of create a shadow to make my eyes appear rounder. Next, we're going to take Artemis into the inner corner of the eye, and I will also use that to highlight my brow bone as well. Next, I'll be using the shade Artemis to apply a highlighter to my face. I will take the Real Techniques brush, dip it into the Artemis a few times, and then spray it with Fix Plus and use that on the face. It makes for a really intense highlight. And then I'll apply that to my bridge area on the nose as well as my Cupid's bow. And here I'm taking the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Unlaced and applying that to my lips. And then I'll finish it off with a coat of the Velvet Lip Glide in Bound right in the center and underneath the top lip. And there you have it, guys, the final look.